Yeah, my name is Will Steger. I live in Ely, Minnesota, and I've traveled in the Arctic regions for almost 50 years by kayak and canoe, and the last 35 years by dog sled. And I'm also an educator. You know, your generation has a problem right now because of the economy and also your college debt. And not everyone is as fortunate as you guys are traveling around doing filming, but you know, with an idea like that, any American kid could do that, even
Right.
if you've got a little bit of a debt. I grew up that way. You know, when you're younger, and living in America here, you don't necessarily have to get a straight job right away, but you can travel around, meet people, and that's part of your experience in your 20s. You know,
Right.
you really should be out there learning a language, being in another culture, studying America. I mean, the only way you learn America, and it's real hopeful too when you go out and meet all the incredible people in this country. You get sidetracked a little bit on the media because the media has just showing it that people are polarized and
Yeah, oh yeah, only.
divisive to each other, and that just get off the freeway and you'll see the real America. It's a great time, great country, and I think it's really great that what you guys are doing. I think it's very important.
Thanks. Yeah, we definitely recognize that a lot of people don't get the chance, and one thing that we really want to do is, since we have the chance, we want to take it and we want to show people as much as we possibly can, and learn ourselves, of course, too.
Yeah, it's just a great idea. I mean, I think maybe somewhat we're lacking ideas and that type of initiative, because you could do do anything in this country.
I think a lot of people have them, but a lot of people, either they feel like it's too hard, or they can't do it, or there's too many people telling them not to, or whatever.
That's the same on expeditions. You know, there's 1,000 excuses for not going. You know, I want to do an expedition, but I don't have a sponsor. I don't have money. Well, get 2 jobs. You know, work, put your boots on, and go.
So I want to ask more about the environment, but first I just kind of want to clarify. So your passion is for exploration, but also education. Was education a way to support yourself, or was it pretty tied into the whole thing for you?
Yeah, you know, I was very fortunate because ever since I can remember, you know, my first, you know, as a child, I had this vocation for education. So I never questioned, you know, I never questioned, do I want to be a doctor? Do I want to be a fireman? I knew I was going to be an educator, although I didn't want to be a school teacher. I didn't like school because of the confinement. And I didn't know as a younger kid how that would play out. But as I got into high school, I knew I needed the credentials in order to work, have a job in education. But then exploration was a natural. I never, still today, I never see barriers. If there's something I want to do, you know, I'll figure out a way of doing it. And I'll work kind of quietly and slowly, and before you know it, you know, I'll be doing it, or have the team organized to do an expedition. And most enterprises that we set out on, the failure is mainly in our mind first. It's not a physical barrier. We're always saying to ourselves, we can't do this, we can't that. That's what you are, whatever you think. But so I think the thing in exploration or anything we do is basically just doing it.
I was going to ask about purpose, because for me, and I think for a lot of us, this is partially, I mean, the learning to learn part. I would have said, you know, that's exactly what I'm interested in. But anyway, as far as purpose and fulfillment, what have you found that you've gotten the most purpose and fulfillment out of?
Yeah, you know, when I was, I could have started a business real easy, because that was sort of, my family was that way. And I could have made a lot of money if I wanted to. But I committed myself to exploration and education, and I knew that, you know, I probably always would have to be conscious of money and money, but money is always an issue because it you know, it's something you always have to get in order to do what you want to do. But how I saw it was purpose in life was important. And I'm 67 now, and what I noticed with a lot of peers that I went to school with, and that I know is that, you know, a lot of them have a lot of money, some of them don't have any money, but what most of them lack is a purpose.
Yeah.
And you think if you've been working for 65 years, and at the end of it you have it figured out, but people stick to one occupation to make that living. Making the living is very important, but then they don't have a purpose, and the purpose is extremely important. In fact, longevity, you know, we all want to live as long as we can. I think, first of all, the vitality in the present is, if you're a smoker all your life, your last 20 years might not be that pleasant, and you still might get to be 80, but you want to be very vital from moment to moment. And of course, exercise and food, that's very important. But what is really akin to both those, and probably more important, is your purpose in your life. Because if you have a real vital purpose, you're able to maintain your energy and your presence in the moment.